Right now, you have an invoice in your draft folder that you wrote about 4 days ago. You opened it twice but closed it both times without sending, despite knowing that you should send it and the money is owed. The client expects it, but something within you prevents you from sending it each time you open that folder. This isn't procrastination, it's your nervous system perceiving a £1,200 invoice as a physical threat. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to do two things. I'll explain the neuroscience behind why you avoid your own financial numbers, why incredible, capable women founders can't face their revenue figures, why delaying their invoicing discount without thinking, and why they freeze in price conversations. And then I'll guide you through a clinical hypnotherapy and a somatic reset session that moves your nervous system out of that financial threat state. I'm Andrea. I've spent 25 years as clinical therapist, CBT practitioner, and clinical hypnotherapist. The pattern I call the money ghost appears in most every high achieving woman I work with. It has got nothing to do with how intelligent you are, how successful business is, or how much you understand about finance. Now, what is a money ghost? Money ghost is a threat response where your nervous system, particularly the amygdala, has learned to perceive financial information as dangerous. When triggered, the amygdala activates three responses and suppresses the prefrontal cortex, which manages rational decisions, activates the HPA axis, releases cortisol and adrenaline, and lastly, creates an instinctive avoidance drive to look away from the trigger. For women experiencing the money ghost pattern, this trigger occurs during financial visibility, such as viewing your bank balance or sending an invoice stating a price loud, or opening the financial document. These actions activate the threat response, and the nervous system cannot distinguish between real predators of financial data or spreadsheets. This is not weakness, it's wiring, and wiring can be changed. Now, where does the money ghost come from? In 25 years of clinical practice, I've traced the money ghost to three origins. The first one is the childhood financial scarcity or chaos. Now, if money in your childhood, i.e., from your parents, was a source of tension, secrecy, or fear, there was, always that thought running through the whole of your childhood that money is, there's less money, don't waste money, all of that. Your nervous system has learned that financial visibility means danger. And as a result, opening your banking app can trigger some cortisol response you felt when watching your parents argue about bills, who spent what where and why can't you cut it down, etc. This situation is completely different, and yet the neurological response is identical. The second is inherited financial shame. You may have received messages, spoken or unspoken, that wanting money is greedy, that talking about it is vulgar, that people who prioritize earning are somehow less worthy. Those messages don't remain as thoughts, they are embedded in the body. The physical flinch when you name the price, right? The voice goes quiet when the client asks your rate. That is inherited shame stored in your nervous system, not in your mind. Now, the third scenario involves business financial crisis, even if it's Myra. This could be a month where costs couldn't be covered. You went overdrawn, a client was failing to pay, or an unexpected tax bill. So, for the nervous system that's already on high alert for financial danger, a single shock can trigger an avoidance pattern that persists for years beyond the initial problem. Although the crisis has ended, the threat response often remains active. Now, what is the money ghost costing you? I want you to sit with this for a moment. Every day you don't send that invoice, you're not just delaying the payment, you're teaching your nervous system that avoidance is the correct response to financial discomfort. You're making the pattern stronger. Every time you discount in a pricing conversation because the silence felt unbearable, that's not flexibility. That's a £200 or a £500 or a £2,000 handed directly to the money ghost. Every quarter you don't review your revenue, you cannot see the pattern. You cannot improve what you don't measure. And the reason you can't look is not laziness. It's not lack of business intelligence. It's your nervous system making the decision before your rational mind has a chance to. The women I work with who monitor the yearly expenses of this pattern report losing anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 pounds annually due to delayed invoices, reflexive discounts, undercharged services, and missing financial discussions. This is not due to disorganization, rather, it's the money ghost that arrives first. Now, before we begin, I'd like you to find a position where your body feels supported. Sit with your back resting against something solid or lying down if that works better for you. You don't need to close your eyes yet. Just let them soften. I'll guide you to 3 steps. First, we'll find where the money ghost resides in your body, since this pattern always has a physical location. And next, I'll lead you through a somatic reset, using your vagus nerve to shift your nervous system from the threat mode. Finally, we'll perform a hypnotherapeutic reframe to establish a new, safer reference point for financial awareness. Now let's begin. Part 1. Locate it. Recall the last time you hesitated to complete a financial task. Let that memory surface without overthinking. Pay attention to where you feel it in your body. Is there tightness in your chest, a constriction in your throat, a heaviness in your stomach, or a quiet desire to close your laptop, to look away and move on? Whatever the physical sensation arises, it represents a threat response. And that's what we call the money ghost. It has a specific location, not just an abstract idea. Since it's a bodily sensation, we can address it physically. Part 2 is the somatic reset. Now, I want you to activate your vagus nerve, the main pathway for calming your body. This nerve extends from your brain cell all through your heart, your lungs, and your gut. When it's stimulated, it signals safety to your entire system. Place one hand on your chest and other on your belly. Breathe into your nose to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently your breath to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale slowly from your mouth to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Allowing your belly to soften with each exhale. We'll repeat this 3 more times. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale gently and calmly to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Afterwards, observe what's changed. Even a 10% reduction in tension indicates your nervous system is beginning to shift. This change is real, neurological, and occurs in less than 90 seconds. Now let's go to part 3, the hypnotherapeutic reframe. Let your eyes close now, gently, if you haven't already. I want you to imagine sitting with your laptop open. Breathe in calmly. Your financial data is in front of you. From this calmer state, with your vagus nerve active, your prefrontal cortex comes back online, and notice the numbers on the screen are simply information. Just observe them. They are not a verdict on your worth, and they are not a threat. They are data, and data can be worked on. See yourself opening that financial document. Your shoulders are relaxed, your breathing is even, your hand is steady. This is not a fantasy about some future version of you. This is a state your nervous system is genuinely capable of. Genuinely. You've just experienced it in the last few minutes, so take a moment to anchor it. Press your thumb and your forefinger together, and as your body has a new reference point for financial stability. When you do that, breathe in to the count of 4, hold the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 8. Just press your thumb and forefinger together gently. Safe, steady, clear. Pause here. Hold that silence for 15 seconds. When you're ready, let your eyes open slowly. Stay with that steadiness for the moment before you move. Notice what just happened. This exercise activated your parasympathetic nervous system and established a new somatic reference point for financial clarity. Something your body didn't have before this video. Before your next money-related task, like sending an invoice or reviewing a revenue or having a pricing conversation, use the anchor we just created. The thumb and the forefinger together. 3 deep exhales and your shoulder dropping. That's right, then proceed. You're creating a new neuronal pathway to your brain. The money ghost won't disappear overnight. Each time you perform a financial task from a calm, regulated state, you weaken that old threat response and reinforce a new one. This is how wiring changes through repetition, nervous system regulation, and time. Now, if you've recognized yourself in the money ghost pattern today, here's where to go next. Inside my Resilient Founder Reset Kit, £19, link is in the description. You'll find 9 complete saboteur profiles. The money ghost is one of them. The full profiling will show you which of these 9 patterns is driving your business decisions. What's it's costing you annually using the 3 cost audit, 3 clinical tools to interrupt it. £19. One sitting. Link is below. If you're ready for full clinical work, properly working through this together, the inner CEO rewires also present. And watch next week's episode 7. It's on imposter syndrome. Unlike every other video on this topic, I'm going to show you why it's neurological, not a mindset problem. That distinction changes everything. See you there. Bye for now.